I'm in the studio today and I'm starting here showing you Nettie's dollhouse that I'm gonna start working on a little bit and showing you parts of as I do things in it and make things for it. And I'm going to share today some things that I found at a flea market that we went to over the weekend. So here we've got my boxes of things, and let's see what I found.
This was not a clever snack.
Okay, so Nettie and I are trying to get this set up, and the irony is that she did my test for kind of where I've got the camera set up, and her voice carries great, and also I noticed her eating her apple is very audible, but when I talk it seems very, very quiet, even though I feel like I'm shouting. So I'm realizing I must have a really quiet or low or whatever speaking voice.
Yeah, I told you that a week ago.
You've probably told me that more than one time. So what I thought we'd do today is just something fun. Thank you, Nettie. Because I did something yesterday that I rarely get to. In fact, probably haven't done in 3 years, which is that my mom and sister and Nettie and I went to a kind of flea market. They called it a Jaunt, but it's at one of our favorite antique stores down south in Barnes, Kansas. And so it's
I got to eat a snow cone.
Nettie, of course, got to have a snow cone. That was probably the highlight of her day. And I had a lot of highlights. I found some really cool. We were, I think, away from, because you know I have an animal sanctuary, so we were away from the animals from like 10 to 3:30. And of course, when I got home, there had been some things that I had, no one was hurt or anything, but there were some messes to clean up. But anyway, I just wanted to show you what I got, because I do enjoy like seeing when people go thrifting or antiquing or whatever, and this is probably kind of a cross between thrifting and antiquing, because it was most of it really cheap, like flea market type stuff. So I'm just going to quickly show you some of the fun things that I got for, some of it will be for making art, some of it's just like frames and things for the house. So I just thought it'd be fun. So let's see how this goes.
Okay.
I'm going to take my last drink of my tea chino. And then what I'm going to show you first is, this was I usually have a couple things I'm looking for, and yesterday I was looking for a frame for this gorgeous chicken print. I won it in a giveaway on Instagram from this wonderful artist based in England, and her Instagram account, I may not get it exactly right, but I will tag it right, is called Sweet Pea Studio and Ceramics, I think, but I'll get it right when I tag it here. Anyway, I always forget if there's like what the order of words is, but anyway, it's gorgeous, and so I didn't have a frame in the right size for it, and I did find one. This frame, which still is scummy. I've done an initial. It was very, very, very dirty. I mean, I've found frames this dirty at estate sales lots of times, but it was just as dirty as anything. It took a lot of scrubbing to even get it to this stage, so I didn't want to show it to you as scurvy as it was, because I thought she might be shocked and horrified. But this is going to be very, very clean before I put my beautiful chicken print in it, because I would not compromise my chicken print. I love it. So anyway, I got a frame, and if the camera's jiggling, it's because the cats are coming in and playing around the tripod. So, and then the other thing I got is a new antique zinc. I think it's zinc. It looks zinc because it's a lot darker, but I got a new bucket for my flowers because I needed one more. I had to borrow one for the animals for a feed bucket, so I was down a bucket for my flowers, and so I got a nice new bucket, and I tested it out this morning to see if if it's actually watertight, and so far it is. It hasn't leaked anywhere, so success for that. Then I always grab frames because even if they don't, I mean, you can get glass cut, like if you have a glass place around, they'll cut glass for you, whatever size you need it, but I also just use them around other pictures to frame in a picture. So I just grabbed a couple other frames because I just think you can't have too many antique or vintage frames. I think this is what I'll show you next. This was probably my most exciting, well, I don't know. This was very exciting to find in a box of books. Can you see? Anne's House of Dreams. I looked at it and I thought, I opened it up and I was looking for the copyright, and that page is either gone. I think it has dropped out from right here. There's like probably an illustration plate that's missing and like a couple pages that would have had the copyright. But I looked at it and I thought, that looks pretty old. Like I thought there was a possibility it could be a first edition, and it is in very bad shape. A mouse has, or maybe many mice, maybe even generations of mice have worked on this book. But it says A.L. Burke Company, and so I looked it up, and this particular cover, from what I see, was the cover for every first edition of Anne's House of Dreams by Ellen Montgomery. And yeah, so there were several publishing companies who did first editions, I believe. And this one is not obviously in really bad shape. It's really faded out. Some of them that are in good shape are beautiful. The colors on them are beautiful. But anyway, it is a first edition. It is obviously missing a few pages from the front, but it is a first edition. I think it might be my only like first edition of any book that I've ever found, like a kind of a famous book or a book that has some meaning to me. So that was super exciting for me to find, and I got it for $1. So I think I forgot to mention that the first edition of Anne's House of Dreams was published in 1917. So that is a picture of a first edition that's in really good shape. It's by a different publisher than mine, but they all had the same illustration. And I also thought it was really cool. Inside here is a calendar from July 1931. And then on the back of the calendar, someone has written a bunch of homonyms. So I don't know that it's a spelling list, but it's something I assume from school or something that they had been working on and had stashed away in there. And Anne's House of Dreams book. So yeah, this was really exciting because I am a huge Anne of Green Gables and Ellen Montgomery fan. So I just wanted to share this. From a guy who, he said, I found 3 books in a box that he had. And they weren't marked. So he said he'd give me the 3 that I wanted for $1. The other was the Kansas Third Reader, which I thought had a pretty sunflower on the front. I liked it for that. It's also got mouse damage, but when I popped it open and Velma was written on the inside cover, that is my great grandma's name was Velma, so that also just kind of jumped out at me. And I always like when these little readers are written in. Oh, and the other thing that I really liked was this page flipped open with a donkey on it. So, I mean, I had to get that. So those are fun things. And then there was also like a compilation or anthology of James Herriot, who, I mean, I love, everybody loves. I thought, how can you go? The only thing about this kind of a book is so heavy. I mean, do you ever sit around like with such a heavy book and it kind of like, it makes the reading not as fun because it's honestly so you have to put like a pillow on your lap because it's so heavy and hard to hold comfortably. So that's the only drawback there. And then this beautiful photo album that is missing like the metal clasp, I think you would probably call it. That has butterflies on it. And it doesn't have any photos in it, but anyway, it was $3, and I like repurposing these. They've got, you know, really thick like card pages, so they're just nice to repurpose for different art projects. And honestly, I have like some friends who really love butterflies, so I was like, well, if I don't use it, I might gift it to one of my friends that really loves butterflies. So that was a good find. And then this was just kind of a cute little, this is a vinegar advertisement, but it's strawberries, which, I mean, I love strawberries, so I'm gonna frame that for my kitchen. This was a really good find. It was just sitting on a chair like this, and good thing I always pick up any sort of blank looking book like this, because I think it might be like a journal or something, and I like that sort of thing. But anyway, what it ended up being is, I guess it does say on the side, but I didn't see it, House and Gardens portfolio of flower prints. So inside it says there's 25 25 floral prints. So like, here's one of them. There's a wide, and then it like tells about, on the back it tells about, oh, this is a cool one. So anyway, I have floral prints all over my house. I collect them. I have the most probably in my bedroom right now, but I want to put them some other places. So I was so excited because this was $15, and there's at least 25 different. That's actually an Audubon. Yeah, that's an Audubon one, which I also collect Audubon prints. So, and this is a cool, this is more of like a botanical drawing. So anyway, there's just all kinds of prints in here. That was a really good find, I think, because you can't really get cheaper wall art than 25 or maybe more for $15. So and that. What do you want to say?
And while you were listening into Mom's video, I drew this picture. This is how I feel about people eating bacon. See, it says exclamation points. Save the pigs! Kick the bacon! Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
Thank you for that public service announcement.
Save the pigs, people! Or maybe
piggies. Thank you, sweet pea. Here is, I suppose, like the big find, as in it's like the biggest thing that I got yesterday, is this wicker chair. And I'm thinking of it, I don't sit very much, but my hope is that I find a really beautiful like needlework cushion for it, and that it becomes like my mom, like a mom's chair, like that's Mom's chair. And I don't know if I'll keep it. We're kind of thinking about reworking our porch so that it's more, our front porch, so it's more usable. So it might become a front porch chair, or it might be an indoor chair. I don't know, but I love it. I saw it months ago when they posted it online at the shop, and then I knew I wasn't going to get down there, so I kind of just assumed it would be gone. And then when I got there and it was there, I felt like I went back and forth all day, but my mom talked me into getting it and donated money towards getting it. Although it was, this was my big purchase, and it was $50. It was originally $78, and so I really wasn't sure. And then it ended up being 30% off, so it ended up being $52, which, I mean, that is way more than I typically spend on anything besides animal food. But I don't know, I felt like I was meant to end up with this chair. I just love the dingy pink color, and I don't think I could ever kind of distress another chair to have it really look this kind of authentic with this pink color. So anyway, I love my mama's chair. I guess I'm calling it my mama chair, because it just seems like a chair that an old lady would have her whole life. So anyway, we'll see it. We'll see how much I end up using it. Then there's just some little things. This was Nettie's little thing that she found with her aunt. Even a little pink bunny planter.
That's mine.
No. Are you gonna plant something in it?
I might start today.
Cool. It would be good for a succulent or something. Then the only other thing I really got was just some really cheap dishware. In fact, I got all of this for $2, I think, because this was $1. I'm not convinced that the saucer goes with this teacup, and the reason I got it is because I have a few of these that have words on them, like messages on them that say like remember me, and this says think of me. And I am working on a painting of that teacup with flowers in it. All right, Sweet Pea. And so I thought I'd like to do a series of that. So I got this teacup for $1. And then this teacup was on the same table. It was free because it has some chips on it, but it says love the giver. And I have a friend who uses that phrase. It's really important to her. And so I don't know if she'll like this with the chips, but if she doesn't, it will remind me of her, and I think it's kind of an interesting one. And then there are just an assortment, because it was getting to be the end of the day, and the guy was like, well, would you just take the whole box of dishes rather? I'm just going to get these 3 little dessert plates, which I really need. I need dessert plates like a hole in my head. I bet I have, I don't know, 75 assorted, just you know, because you see them all the time and they're cute. So anyway, I have just stacks and stacks that I kind of rotate and we use. But I mean, I can't really use more than 75, I'm sure. But I just went ahead and took them because he didn't want to pack them back up and take them home, I know. And then, you know, just some plates, just assorted plates. And this is what we eat on every day at our house. We just eat on whatever, you know, I have picked up at either estate sales or usually thrift stores, and now a flea market. But anyway, so yeah, just some more dinnerware, which I really didn't need, but honestly I enjoy it a lot. I suppose there are worse things to collect and have in your house, and I'll just rotate out some of the older stuff that I have that is not quite as, that I don't like quite as well. I'll just send that on to the thrift store for someone else to collect. So sorry, Freddie's been all around the camera, but that is what I got yesterday, and I just hope you enjoyed maybe going through it with me. If you haven't been out someplace antiquing or thrifting, or at a flea market, or just looking through, or an estate sale, then this might give you a tiny bit of that little charge that you get when you find something that you really like for not much money, or find something very special for a little bit more money, but just something that you can see yourself using and growing old with. So anyway, thank you for watching today, and I will wish you happy making, happy thrifting, happy flower picking, or whatever it is that you do to bring you a little peace and joy. Thank you so much for watching, and please tell me in the comments what you collect, maybe what your best find is at something like this, what you liked most from what I found at the flea market, or what you do with your finds. In here, but only Freddie made it today, and she really didn't get into much trouble, although now she's thinking about what she can do here in the dollhouse. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching today. I don't know if this is obviously not something that I would do very often, because I just don't get to go and do something like this very often, but I had a lot of fun yesterday doing it. And if I do more videos like this in the future, they would probably be at the thrift store, and I would probably like to include actual footage of being at the store and kind of looking at things, because I think that's always fun, because you can kind of be like, oh, get that, or I would get that if I was there. But so I kind of like that element of it, but I didn't think about filming it yesterday. So anyway, let me know if this was fun for you, or if let me know if this was not fun for you, or you can just always just, click away if it wasn't your thing. But, and, yes, and Nettie, are you finding something for your planter?
Yeah, I put poppy seeds in it.
Well, that's interesting.
Oh,
okay.
And also, can I take a little dirt from your garden?
Yeah, you can borrow a little dirt.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for watching, and I will wish you a happy day, happy making, happy thrifting, happy junk jaunting, whatever it is you're doing. Have a good day.
And I have my own show called Sweet Haven Girl, and its theme song is Sweet Haven Girl. Bye!